a lot of these sports are tough to watch night in, night out.
Sure.
Especially whenever it doesn't matter as much. So what I'm saying is these 3 final games that we have, the AFC Conference Championship, which showcases a modern rivalry that people will be talking about forever. It's the new Tom versus Peyton. It's the new conversation about who's the top dog in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo Bills, AFC Championship. Tell us if you've heard this story before. Josh Allen, if he wins, will be the first time that he has beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
Wow.
But it'll be his 5th time beating him as a whole. You see, Josh Allen is 4-0 against the Chiefs during the regular season, 0-3 during the playoffs. When it's win or go home, every single time, Josh Allen has had to go home whenever he's playing Patrick Mahomes. Now, is it Josh Allen's fault? Certainly not. I mean, the games that he has played have been fantastic, and obviously there's a lot of different storylines that have ended those games, and Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes does Patrick Mahomes shit on the biggest stages, just like he did this past week where he and Travis Kelce had their most prolific game this season. Now, why is that? Well, it's because you either win or you go home. You win and you continue your journey to the top of Lombardi Mountain, which the Chiefs are looking to do for a 3rd straight time, first time ever in the modern NFL era, and then the Buffalo Bills, well, they've been the team that can't get the job done. Josh Allen's the guy who hasn't won an MVP and doesn't look like he's going to win one this year either. And has he ever won a Super Bowl? Why are we talking about this guy? Why is Josh Allen the prototype that what everybody wants? Wow, if you can get the next Josh Allen, that's the quarterback you want. Then you hear all the people go, that ain't guy, one guy ever wins. What are we even talking about? He does win. He's a fantastic footballer. But until you get a ring and are able to hang a banner in that beautiful new stadium they're building up there in Buffalo, that is how you're going to be judged forever. You can ask Dan Marino, who still gets that brought up about him, even though he's one of the greatest football players to ever walk this earth. It's chit-chat. Peyton Manning was the guy who couldn't get the job done for a very, very, very long time. Then he wins the Super Bowl. Big deal. John Elway, same exact type of situation. You're talking about when you win a Super Bowl, you get a lot of questions and a lot of remarks taken out of your resume quickly. Josh Allen has a chance to do that. Now, obviously going to have to get over his tallest task yet, and I put out a, X poll and got 62,000 votes. It feels like a pretty large sample size.
Yeah.
Pretty large sample size. 50% of the people that voted on this said the Buffalo Bills are going to win the Lombardi.
Wow.
The Buffalo Bills are the team that are going to be able to figure out how to win the next one and then the big one. The Buffalo Bills are going to not only knock off Patrick Mahomes in the playoff for the first time, but they're going to be able to go ahead and beat whoever wins the NFC Championship. A young gun. In the first year of a brand new ownership, first year of a brand new head coaching era, the first year of a brand new everything in Washington, has a rookie quarterback playing football better than potentially any rookie quarterback in the history of the game. We thought C.J. Stroud was going to be untoppable. We thought C.J. Stroud was incomparable. We thought that C.J. Stroud's rookie year was going to be something that was never going to be able to be matched, and then this dude shows up in Washington with Cliff Kingsbury as the offensive coordinator and a litany of dogs across the board. Here's Terry McLaurin's pregame speech to the offense for the Washington Commanders before last week's massive upset over the Detroit Lions.
Hey, we here. We the show. Hey, everything you got inside of you got everything you need to be successful. No reason to be fearful, no reason to have anxiety, because everything you need is inside you. We live a great life. But listen here. When this money gone, when this fame gone, the only thing you really got is your name and your reputation. What they gonna say about your name? What they gonna say about your reputation? What they gonna say when they turn that film on? I know what they gonna say about me. I'ma ride out. They gonna say we some dogs, man. Let's get it. See who you say you are, man. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah, I see why they beat the Lions. I see why this team is who they are. Obviously brand new, but you got a veteran like Terry McLaurin who's had many successful years in the past in a transition era to relevancy for the first time, long time, which kind of replicates Travis Kelce, beginning of his season beginning of his career with the Kansas City Chiefs. They were crap. They were not good. They were out. Then he matures in the game, and then he gets Patrick Mahomes, and they become this brand new up to the top. Terry McLaurin's been waiting for the Washington Commanders, Washington football team, Washington.
Oh, was he there?
No,
he was not.
Okay. He's been
He was a football team OG, yeah.
Yeah.
but he has been waiting alongside everybody else over there for the Washington, what was their name?
What was it, AQ?
Ladies and gentlemen, 12-year NFL
all
vet,
set?
Super Bowl champion, AQ Shipley is here.
How we doing?
They're the Commanders now. They were the football team. than before that, where all their fans basically come from.
Still wear
Stole
all
the
the
merch.
gear.
Still wear all the gear every away game.
Yep.
Sean Taylor played for him.
Yeah, I remember that.
Great player.
Great player.
Redskins. Hell to the Redskins. That's what it was.
Redskins.
HTTR.
A little bit too comfortable saying that. As a person whose face turns very red on a regular basis, sounds like that's potentially.
Yeah, it
Now,
certainly
granted,
does.
if the Commanders
Then that's what it is.
go win a Super Bowl, it's Commanders forever. But there's a lot of people saying now's the time. Okay, we've been able to kind of restore who we are, what we are. We have a brand new owner. We have a brand new quarterback. We have a brand new everything, a brand new vibe in Washington as the Commanders have Terry McLaurin, who's been waiting for this moment. Remember, there was a lot of teams that wanted Terry McLaurin. Listen, you're going to let your entire career go into irrelevance because you're playing for a bad team? Why don't you come over to another? He's from Indiana. I wanted him back with the Colts bad. Thought there was a chance we're going to be able to get him back because you hear him talk, that's the guy you want in the locker room. Well, it's not just him. Feels like their entire locker room's bought in. Jaden Daniels is one of the coolest customers in the history of the NFL as a rookie, being able to dissect everything. Even as Detroit Lions defense this past weekend, who have been dominant and aggressive and have been shutting people down and confusing people all season long. Aaron Glenn brought more blitzes than anybody in the NFL this season, and all Jaden Daniels did was sit in the pocket and have the highest QBR against man, third down, fourth down, I think everything, as they go in to a tough place to play. Take on the Johns of Philadelphia.
Ooh.
This Eagles team is tough.
Yeah.
This Eagles team is ground and pound. This Eagles team is built for the moment. This Eagles team just had to win a game in a snowstorm, and they certainly were capable of doing that. You know, and these games are of massive importance. They say, can you run the ball? Can you stop the run? Philadelphia Eagles can do both very, very well. Eagles are favored by 6 at home, in front of the Johns, in front of the mayor, who I assume will have learned how to spell the name of the team. Also, our country's Bert. I feel like you should have to know how to spell.
Yeah.
It's a big moment.
It's our mascot.
Probably nervous.
Yeah, because mayors don't speak at things a lot. So I understand what you were talking
Big
about.
moment.
I completely understand what you're saying. Is that bad momentum?
That's bad
It certainly
mojo.
is.
Is that, you know,
certainly is.
I watched that and I'm like, oh, I can see how you make that mistake. I can see how, here it is.
Let me hear you all say E-L-G-S-E-S, Eagles!
Can understand how you make the mistake, obviously. Anytime you're spelling things out, it's going to be tough. Pete Thamel, one of the smartest guys I have ever been around, tried to spell out ought to go, you know, because the O-T-T-T-O-G-O in the entire, and I think he said O-T-T-T-O-T-O or something like that. Like, it's hard. It's not always easy. Now, granted, it is a chant that has been around in Philadelphia, I think, for maybe 100 years since the Liberty Bell was cracked back there whenever they were the original capital of the United States of America. But I watched it and I said, hold the phone now. Because in Washington, it feels like everybody's kind of moving in the same direction.
Left hand up.
Philadelphia, now we got the mayor not even knowing how to spell the team's name. Listen, is that bad mojo? I don't know. Does that even exist in Philadelphia? Because all the bad mojo that was thrown at this Eagles team, even though they were winning, the championship Sunday should be remarkable. Both games are going to be electrifying, and we need to watch it and appreciate it because we don't have a lot left. Talks to Tables here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. Conman, for a long time, your Patriots were a part of this conversation, hosting this weekend. It was kind of the New England Patriots weekend. Now it's Kansas City Chiefs weekend, brother. Everybody thinks the refs are on their side. And did you know the Super Bowl logo, it's got a lot of red in it.
Yep, red and green.
Yeah, it's got a lot of red in it.
It's an
And there is some green in there. But it's a majority, a little red, gold, and green in there. And I guess if you go back in time, the Super Bowl logo for a long time has kind of given away the script of what's going to happen. The teams are normally in there. So they're saying Chiefs, Eagles, but a lot of people are saying the NFL, the refs, everybody is behind the Chiefs, mostly because Taylor Swift's over there.
Yeah, it's hard to argue because we watch the games and we see the calls, but, you know, good teams, things tend to go their way, and the Chiefs are a great, great team. This will be the first time in my life that I am genuinely rooting for the Buffalo Bills. I feel like I can say that. I think their city deserves that. I think Josh Allen is awesome. Yes, this is a genuine root for. You know, the Chiefs are great. And, of course, the Bills, their fan base is insufferable, but most of these fan bases are, minus the HTTR. But, again, the Chiefs are on their way to doing something great. I think the reason I want the Bills to win is because the Patriots could never win 3 in a row. So the argument, you know, Chiefs dynasty better than the Patriots dynasty, I think that'll
get held over all of New England's head.
I think that starts to gain some real legs, you know, once they win, if they win 3 in a row. Because everyone says, well, they only have 3 Super Bowls. You know, the Patriots, they had 6 in 20 years. The Chiefs only have 3. You win 3 in a row, that is the greatest 3-year, 4-year, 5-year span, because it'll be 4 and 5 years in the history of football, without a doubt. But the Bills, Bills, I think they have the juice to get it done. And although the refs are seemingly on the Chiefs' side, even though you can't say that, and it's not real. I don't think that is a very real thing.
We don't know. Hey, maybe these refs have daughters that are feeling 22.
There's a chance, and T-Swift definitely helps, for the NFL to grow the game. They love their ratings, and of course, T-Swift is definitely a huge pull, as is Caitlin Clark, as we've learned with the new Women's Basketball League. But again, the Buffalo Bills, they have what it takes. But I want to just count out the Eagles.
It's a new brand.
Of course it is.
It's a new brand.
No doubt about it. I wouldn't count out the Eagles, and I wouldn't count out the Jaden Daniel commies, even though it's a new era in the States. I think commies are going down. I would say that with the Philadelphia Eagles,
life always what imitates art, or sports always imitates society.
Yeah, exactly.
That is kind of how it goes.
That's why I'm hoping the commies go down. But again, the Eagles, I would say they have what it takes. And people don't like Jalen Hurts. One of them sitting on the stage, but people don't like Jalen Hurts. And I do think with Saquon, with the way that team is built, that there's an easy path to see the Eagles go all the way. And that was the big convo with the commies versus the Lions. Like, hey, the Commanders have the third worst rush defense in the NFL. So when you think about that, you think about how the Eagles are built. It would be something where the Eagles could go all the way. This would be their kind of second Super Bowl in the last few years as well. Again, Nick Sirianni, maybe not a huge, big, dumb dipshit if he's going to another Super Bowl, but I can't wait. It stinks that it's here. It stinks that these are
No, it's good, remember?
It's good. It's good because of the fact that we're getting answers. We play all these games to get to championship weekend, but you miss all those games, that full slate on Sunday, a stacked 1 o'clock, a stacked 4 o'clock, a great Sunday night that you wait all day for. But
yeah, you're talking about 7 hours of red zone football.
Yeah, no more commercial free, but still.
That was a big change this year.
Yeah, massive. That kind of.
But that doesn't exist anyway, so there's no even reason to talk about it right now.
Yeah, no,
because all we got is 2 games.
Plus, it's nice. Scott Hansen can go piss. Now he can drink water.
I'm still thinking there's a chance, ED. There's a little.
Depends.
He wears a catheter.
Yeah.
There's a chance. I mean, I don't know. He's a machine, obviously, a weapon, very good at his job. I don't know if his contract's up or whatnot, if it is or ever is near. He's in a great position of leverage. Mm-hmm. I think he should feel that way. Good luck to him in his negotiations. But yeah, 2 games, 1 day.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of ball left.
Yeah.
But
sad.
These games are going to be electrifying. Mm-hmm. D-Butch, I'll talk to you about the Chiefs story here.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a guy on the stage, and Connor alluded to him earlier about Jalen Hurts, who, his entire gimmick is offensive line.
Yeah.
No gimmick. It's real.
Okay.
Well, until last week.
Yeah, until last week when you had the Eagles as the number 1 offensive line left in the playoffs, and then you had them ranked as the 6th best team out of 8. It's like, well, I thought your entire thing was we go as the O-line goes, and then you got the number 1 O-line, and you drop them down to 6. It kind of ruins your gimmick. Just can you put that list up, please, real quick? This is what happened. You had them as the number 1 ranked offensive line that was left, and then you put them at 6th as the team rankings in that entire thing, and then the offensive line said, "Hey, Cush, we can win games.
Come on,
we can win games."
Yep.
But a lack of offensive line can lose you games. Mm-hmm. There's one team that you were very worried about, I think, right? Offensive line wise,
it's the Kansas City Chiefs.
Like very worried.
Very worried. I watched the film literally 2 times through to try and find one good clip that I could put on this show.
For the entire game?
For the entire game. And then I had to watch it again. I was like, there's no way. I just went through a whole game and didn't see one good clip to
So how'd they beat the Texans? How is this team the number 1 seed in the AFC? How is this team the Kansas City Chiefs?
So that's where this thing called an X factor comes in. Sometimes there's one guy that kind of comes along. There's one guy that comes along, right?
Who's that?
Your guy's LeBron, my guy's Jordan, right? This guy's
I've never cast an official ballot. Just would like that to be known. I have never.
Big LeBron guy, big Jordan guy. Like
big Jordan guy, big LeBron guy.
Hold the phone. I am not.
Time to get on the right side of this, brother.
I am not casting about they're playing 2 different sports. I'm not getting into this argument right now.
LeBron is better.
I watched that Last Dance thing. I saw people dribbling like this. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so hey, LeBron couldn't have played back then. I think he could have. Now, I think Jordan could have very much played in this era as well. 2 different sports. I don't think we should be comparing anything there.
But now we come back to this sport. The number 15's that guy. He's that guy. He literally runs around, he makes some people miss, and he makes a play, and then he's got a Hall of Fame tight end that also does his little run around, move back this way, and they're always on the same page. Oh, by the way, on the other side, they got a Hall of Fame defensive tackle, a Hall of Fame defensive coordinator, and maybe the smartest offensive coach in all of
And
the history of the
potentially
game.
Hall of Fame kicker over there in Butker on the run that he's on. Hall of Fame special teams coach in Tobe in this entire thing.
Yeah.
They got a lot of greatness over there. But that's why I don't understand why they let the offensive line get this way. What was it? It was injuries, right? Left tackle, Tooney has to move out there.
That was the biggest thing. The interior three, whenever Tooney's in there, is as good as any interior three in all of football, right? Their tackles it was an issue from the beginning of the season, and we knew that. We knew that going into it. They thought they could play some guys into it. They have not been able to do that. They bring in DJ Humphries. His knee wasn't quite ready, so they rode with Tooney out to left tackle. They said, hey, listen, we like the continuity with this guy. He's a Hall of Fame guard, can get it done, and that's what they're going with.